Good evening, Marty. It's day 21. And before I get too far into this recording, I want to talk about one specific piece of what I'm now calling my 2020 vision. And I got it finished today. I was able to finish typing out my video journal checklist. And here it is. Let me show you. There's 2 pages. That's the first page. And the second page is right there. Anyhow, for several days now, I've been feeling that I wanted to come up with a way to save time and be more consistent in how I do my video journal entries. And so I gave my assistants the assignment to bring me back some ideas for doing just that. And almost immediately, they came back with the suggestion to type out a checklist as an outline of what I should include in my videos going forward. And that way I can follow this same outline each night when I sit down to do a recording. I'm able to quickly read the checklist bulletin points and just talk honestly about each one and not miss anything important that I may want to remember to cover in this video. And so at the top of my checklist is the question, what was my power statement that I decided would be my goal for today? Well, last night I wrote it out, and for this morning, put it simply, it's continue fleshing out on paper my vehicle and prepare a checklist listing all the steps I need to get done today. And that's so I can get started getting leads for my coaching service, start getting leads for my More Free Offers and email marketing services, and start capturing the 1,000 subscribers I'm going to need, as well as the 4,000 hours of subscriber video hours of viewing that I need to fit the requirements so I can start monetizing my video journal via affiliate PPA links. Anyhow, because this is the one thing I focused on as the most important task I could get done today, I got a number of their most important pieces coming through the portal of my mind into the world of the physical. I'm finding that the more I use my imagination and creative minds to produce the mental movies I've been pre-playing throughout the day, in the morning especially, and then at night, where I see myself actually doing what I know is possible and I believe is going to happen, kind of pre-playing those in my mind. It's really quite amazing we can produce that in our head. It's just amazing to me. I'm actually achieving the goals I set in for all 4 areas of my life that I set at the end of last year. I'm calling it my 2020 vision. It's exciting. I'm actually seeing a real program coming together that I intend to use for my coaching of the beginner entrepreneurs, students or clients that I have. I already have the beginnings of my coaching system showing up right here on my computer screen, but I printed it off so I can show it to you. So let me just show you those. Here it is. I had some detailed notes that I started to flesh it out, but in doing that, I came up with some of this. Let me show you what I came up with. I got a folder that I show as my ideas and so forth, but here's the first one right here. I'm going to pull this back. Right there. It says Coaching for Beginner Entrepreneurs by Marty Braden. Your why, your vehicle, your plan, your launch. And then I have a little tagline, how to simplify the process. And then I've got where to from here and a few other things and some basic notes. This is digital. I'm not going to go through the expense of printing those kinds of things and the cost of doing that. Okay? And here's another page right here. Let me show that. Okay. And it says Beginner Entrepreneurs Stages, study your lessons, and got some lesson points there. And then the last one, that's a little phrase that I have believed in all my life, is I wish, I want, I need, I got. That's the stages we got to get to. So how to simplify the process. Marty Braden Coaching for Beginner Entrepreneurs. And it shows my address and all that kind of thing. And then a lot more notes. So, as you can tell, I really dove into that specific task today. Anyway, the first question I need to answer tonight is, what movies did I watch today? And that's one of them. I just replayed that over and over again this morning. So got to do it. I saw myself tell my clients, it was on my mind as I was, like I'm doing right here, I was telling my clients on a video chat or a Q&A to go and check out some of the competitors that are in the space of the kind of business that they are wanting to get into and see what they're doing and how they operate and take some good notes. See what the competition is and see if that's kind of in the line that you're doing. See what kind of website they do. See if they do a bunch of printing on cards or is it all online. That whole deal. Take some good notes so you can begin to get excited about what you're deciding to get into. The gatekeeper told me that I should do a recap at the end of every month. I have to show you this. I'm going to show you something I found on my phone. Like I told you, when I write down my notes, I don't know if you can see this right here, but it says I created an end of the year recap showing videos of my riding the bike and walking with Kathleen and making videos and so forth. That's kind of what I'm talking about, is those kinds of notes. I showed a video of Kathleen and I in Hawaii. I had that in my mind. And so I'm going to record a video when we go to Hawaii, and that'll be part of my recap at the end of the year. I'm going to have a video of me riding my bike with Kathleen, having purchased and riding all year long. I'm going to have that little video I can hold up and show you. It's just the whole idea of recapping. I was just laying there and going through my mind, telling what I think is going to happen throughout this year. It was really, really exciting. The next question is, what was my biggest success today? Well, I have to show you this. There's 6 of these pages. You can see this right here. I have that page, and I have this page. There's 2 of those pages, and this one. I mean, they're just notes and goals that I checked off. 6 pages of it. Yeah! Done! This is great. Now, there's a lot there to choose from that I got done, but what was most successful? Well, if you recall yesterday, I showed you a picture of a bike I'm looking at getting so I can start bike riding with my wife. I think I said that I was going to still do a little more research on it, but it looked like the one I wanted to get. Well, I'm going to show you a new picture right here. Right there. It's a Raleigh TriStar 3-speed trike. I actually had an experience. I found on KSL a guy selling the bike that I showed you the first time, and I drove to his place, got it set up, was going to go out there and had $200. I mean, I actually have, I don't know, here we go. I actually had the money that I was going to go buy it, and got there and sat down on it. It was too small. The pedals were too far to the back, and it was just not the right kind of bike. I started feeling a little dejected, but as I chatted with him, he said, well, you ought to go down just 5,400 right down there. Down by Bacon, you where that? I say, I know where that's at. He said, just a little bit further is Taylor's Bike Shop. So that's where I went. It's just so exciting. I just showed up there and look, and he had 3 trikes like this on his floor, and I sat down on one. I started driving it. Had a lot of space where you could kind of drive. I said, do you mind? And I hopped in, and this little fat guy running around that bike shop coming back. It was so exciting. I got some details on it so that I could go online and get the details and determine to buy it and that kind of thing. I also had an idea come to me as I was making a checklist of things that I needed to get ready for when I finally start coaching beginner entrepreneurs about how to start a small business of their own. I'm excited to tell you about this checklist, and one of the pieces I got done for seeing my vehicle becoming fleshed out, and it's specifically a really important piece of my coaching goal. The pieces, of course, is that digital brochure coming out of here, going on the computer. I use Publisher software, and I pull it, but you've got all sorts of brochures and business things you can click in. I mean, it doesn't have to be expensive and everything right now, because it's just starting. Once money starts coming, I can change it up it to a more high quality or whatever, but right now, it's just to have something visual that you actually have it fleshed out. Well, that's one more piece of my vehicle, of my dreams. The vehicle I want to mention. I'm actually going to keep part of it a secret. I have one more to talk about, but I can tell you this much about it. As I was producing those movies in my mind last night, which I was woke up to do, I had just laid down in bed, and the idea came to me that I needed to prepare the wall behind me here that's in my background of my videos every night, and that people see when they watch the videos. And specifically, I saw in my mind students on the other side of that screen like you looking in and seeing my background doing my coaching or Q&As, and I got to thinking I had given my gatekeeper guy and the prosecutor the assignment to start gathering up some support material and evidence that I will need for starting my coaching of beginner entrepreneurs plus commissions opportunities. And so that dream came through the port of my mind today that I'm going to show you, and landed right here in the world of the physical. And as that piece came through the portal of my mind, it triggered this thought or idea in my mind, and that was, let me show you this first one. I don't know if you can see this. See that little guy right there on that little quote. Show you that picture. Show you this one. It's just kind of fun. Okay, look at that little kitten. Look at that tiger. And it says, mindset is everything. Those are success posters, motivational pictures type thing. And so the big reveal of what I've done with those pictures is going to take place Thursday night. Tomorrow night, no, 2 nights away, by focusing on this one thing, doing more fleshing out of my vehicle today. I told myself, even if that's the only thing I get done today, it's going to make today a grand success. Well, we'll see Thursday. It's exciting. It's going to be fun. With all that said, the next question is, what was my biggest success today? Well, it's starting to get quite difficult for me to choose one out of the many pieces that are coming through the portal of my mind right now. But I suppose my biggest success, though, for today would be all the fleshing out of my vehicle that happened today. It's coming, and it's coming closer and closer, and these pieces are starting to add up and form into a full package. So I'm excited about that. Now, I started my Marty Braden Coaching for Beginners Entrepreneurs program. I listed, like I said, those bullet points. I started to list out the key components of my monthly lessons. What would be some of those key themes of those lessons? I'm calling it your 2020 vision, and my opening statement says, the first step to success is to get honest with yourself. Boy, is that a true statement. We can lie to ourselves all the time, but the very first step of being successful is getting honest with yourself about the reality of things. Quit doing that buffering I talked about and get face-to-face with what may be holding you back and get honest about that. Be kind to yourself, though. The other tagline that I said I put on there says how to simplify the process. Be curious about yourself. Be compassionate with yourself. Don't beat yourself up. Be confident in your own skin as you begin to ask yourself questions like, why do I want to start a business? What kind of business do I have in mind? Why do you think it's a good vehicle for you to use this idea or that particular service or that product for a new business? And then how to go ahead and get it launched, all the steps to a point where you finally launch it. So the question is, I think that fleshing out and the things I got done was my greatest success today. I set up a file in my laptop so I can place these kinds of documents in them, and there's several others I have that I'm going to put in that file that I intend to repurpose. Like I said, a lot of the information and support materials I already have on file. My two amigos remind me of several of them, so I'm going and searching them and plotting them in that file and use it for my coaching packet and program. I'll be able to provide my students digital materials to help them begin and complete the process of starting a business of their own, and I'll be able to do it in, as I said, very little to no cost, and that's so great because if it works and it's digital and they can go link and watch it or download a PDF, that's no cost to me, and it's no cost to them unless they choose to print it off. And so as you can see, I have the beginnings of a really good digital beginner entrepreneurial side gig starter packet. What's your why is one of the questions I'll ask them. Why is everything? Too many people get the how-to in front of the why and get it all the cart before the horse. The question is, why do you want to do a business? Why do you want to do that business? And make sure you're clear and centered on that. How to do the how-to-dos checklist. Getting secured books and audios and video support materials that I've got and just the links. I don't have to invest all the money. I know where those are and just let them go to those links to help in the teaching process. Let them do some homework. Launch your business by using those checklists. Get your lesson worksheets ready to go. And Corey Sather's audio transcripts, I got some of those done. When I get them all done, I can reference them and give them the link, and they can download it and read and write and take notes of what actually says in the audio. Some of the Jody Moore's podcasts are going to be there. Now let's finish up on the question Corey suggests I answer every night as I close my day strong. What did you do well? What went well? What could I have done better today? Those kind of questions are very important. So, did you wake up early and start in strong? Did you have a morning routine and start your day with power? Were you productive throughout your day? Did you get most important things done? Did you move your goals forward? What about your personal time with family? Were you present? Were you there? Did you listen, truly listen? Did you show up and did you show up how you wanted? Well, I say yes to all those for today. It was a great day. Excuse me. Now, with all this in mind, how do I want to rate myself? Well, I feel really good about today, and so I'm giving myself a 10. I gave the day a 10. The key here is to never beat yourself up when you're judging. You see some things you didn't quite do right. And there are some things I can do better, and that's for sure. I can get all over the map and chase and doing a lot of things and just kind of honing on some simple 3 or 4. I got to get better doing that. What's the one thing I can improve on that will make the biggest difference in my life starting tomorrow? Now think of a way to do that one thing better tomorrow. And be specific by asking this question. If this was the only thing you got done tomorrow, Marty, and you'd still feel like you were a success, What would that one thing be? Well, I've got to think about that, because that's the magic in this mental process of end of day success routine. It's the fact that I'm now able to put that one thing in the form of a power statement. Once I got it clear in my mind, I can put together a wonderful power statement. And so my power statement for tomorrow, as I thought about all this, is I will flesh out more of my coaching materials and packet, so I'm all that much closer to start coaching new clients. I want to see more and more of myself coaching and what I'm using, and don't have to get it all perfect and get it all lined up, try to get all the red lights for 20 miles all in green before I start. No, start and deal with things. And we're going to have red lights. We're going to be derailed, but just keep on going on getting the materials put together. But I'm going to have some basic ones, and then I'm going to launch. So I'm not going to get this huge multi-million-dollar deal. I'm going to launch because I have enough to help the starter process for a beginner entrepreneur. That's all we want to do, is get them deciding the thing, getting started on it, and launch. It's going to be a fun time. So now let's focus on what I did right today and what went well. What big and small things did you do well today, Marty? I did a lot of it. I just showed you 6 pages of it. Did you wake up on time? Of course. Like I said, I'm doing that. It's a habit now after 21 days. Did you get the most important things done? I sure did. Were you present and focused when your wife and family members came home? I certainly did. You're home, and giving her a hug. It was great. I do that every night now, like automatic. What did you do well today? We've gone over that. What did you do today that was a success? I went over that. Did you feel accomplished? I did, and I do, and I am. What was your biggest success today? It's this whole pile got it done, and a bunch of pieces are starting to come to the other side, and they're sitting there coming together, forming into a packet and other things. That's exciting. So congratulations, Marty. Way to go. You're doing it. Now end strong by being grateful. Say what you're grateful for. I'm grateful for the health I have. I'm grateful for the home I have. I have this office and this equipment to do what I'm doing. I'm grateful for the food and clothing and insurance and transportation. But more importantly, I have a loving wife who loves me, who's my cheerleader. I'm grateful for the children I have, the 8 children I have, the 6 living children that I have, and the 13 grandchildren. Each one is a delight and a gift. I'm grateful for all the good friends I have. And I can go on and on and on. There's so much more that I'm grateful for. The beauty around me. I live in a great community, in a fabulous state. I'm not so sure I like all the snow for 6 months, 5 months, but I love the seasons and the beauty of each of the seasons and the beautiful mountains, the Rocky Mountains right here to my left. It's so exciting. So, what's exciting about this outline I have now is the fact that it's only been 21 days since I started following the Win the Morning, Win the Day routine, the morning daily checklist that I go through to make sure I have built my list right, and the end of the day success routine. All those routines have become one steady habit. And I have to tell you that the results have been absolutely astonishing. Doing all 3 of these, like I said, in one steady flow has made them a habit now, and so I'm pretty much doing the exact same thing every day that I'm needing to do and I want to do, and it's just starting to show pieces after pieces coming through the portal of my mind, and I'm showing up as the person I want to be, and I'm getting more and more excited about improving and growing. Now, for example, here's my workday schedule checklist. I have that. I just kind of glance over it, but I kind of know it. I don't even, it looks like a lot, but I could pretty well run through that right here, what that is, and because I've been doing it now for 21 days, before this month's out, it's going to be just locked in my mind. So let me share with you a few pieces, additional pieces on this list that I got through the port of my mind today. My 2020 vision, that phrase came to me by those 2 amigos. Call it, it's 2020, and you have a vision, call it your 2020 vision of my journey to alignment. Now, it contains every big goal that I set last year. Pieces after pieces are coming through the portal of my mind for each one of those goals. And so I can honestly say to you, I'm accomplishing my goals. They're happening, even the big ones. The law of attraction and the law of manifestation are truly in full swing in my life today. I'm loving it. It's great. Anyway, it's late, and so I need to close this off. But until tomorrow, look forward to Thursday night. Until tomorrow, I wish you all continued success. I hope you're going to movies and having popcorn mentally as you sleep, and as you go throughout your day, things are popping in your mind, and you're realizing that you really are tapping in and coming to align your 3 minds and getting them to where you're tapping into the power of the universe and the power that's within you to be a creator and to accomplish great things. So congratulations, Marty. Bye.